Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. So we're back at it, and we have a brand new and hot release. But before we dive into this, this is called Housekeeping, a couple updates. So first and foremost, saw in the comments a lot of people reached out and like, Judge, we would love to have more of Cousin Anita on the show. So I will definitely do my best to get Cousin Anita on the show. Obviously, she lives in a different state. She travels a lot, so it's hard to get her on the channel. But you have my word. Whenever I see Cousin Anita, she will definitely be on the channel. Promise. Trust and believe. Second thing, so I had a lot of people actually reach out, a lot of subscribers, say, hey, Judge, I'm interested in becoming a patron. Give a quick overview about barrel picks, like what you have in the works and so forth. So I have a slew of barrel picks already scheduled in the works, ready to come out pretty soon in the next couple weeks, like ASW, Freight Ranch, and some other ones. But I also just did a barrel pick last week virtually with Sagamore and my good friends Josh and Aaron from Stuff and Whiskey. As well as Jay from Shereport. We did a kind of a three-way partnership barrel pick with Sagamore. So at that one, I have a few more barrel picks scheduled already for October that we're actually going to be picking. I'm sorry, in September that we will be picking, as well as in October that me and my patrons will be picking. So ton of different barrel picks in the works. So if you are interested in becoming a patron, go ahead and check me out over on Patreon. And then last but not least, from a let's call it an update standpoint, let's go ahead and welcome our newest patron, my good friend Jeffrey Mishler. So Jeffrey, thank you, sir, for becoming a patron and supporting the Bourbon Judge. And I honestly should say thank you for all my other patrons as well. Thank you for all the love and support. Each and every one of you helped for this to come to fruition. So Jeffrey, welcome to the Judge, as we say, family. Appreciate you, my friend. And then also thank you to everyone who watches the channel as well. All right, so let's dive into this. So this is the brand new bottled and bond rye whiskey coming from Jack Daniel's. So this is actually the newest addition to the Jack Daniel's Bonded series. So if you think back, Jack Daniel's released at the same time these two here. They came out with the Jack Daniel's, the Bonded Tennessee Whiskey, obviously 100 proof because it's bottled and bond, aged at least 4 years in a government-controlled warehouse. And they also came out with the Triple Mash as well, which is this one here is the Triple Mash, the blend of American malt, rye, and Tennessee whiskey. So these two were released at the same time, about $30 to $35 each. And I thought they were both good, right? They were good. I thought I enjoyed them. They weren't the best things in sliced bread, but they both were really good. However, fast forward to literally, just this month, they just came out with this brand new, and it's going to be a permanent release, the Jack Daniel's Bonded Rye Whiskey. So this, a couple things. Number one, this is the first time that Jack Daniel's is actually coming out with a bonded rye whiskey. That's pretty cool. So I'm really excited about that. First time they come out with a bonded rye whiskey. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that wrapper off, pour this bad boy, let it air out real quick. And I'm actually even gonna sip the other two just to because it's been a while since I've had those other two. And then we'll dive into this bonded rye. So again, this is the first time that they produced a bonded rye whiskey. And when you think of Jack Daniel's rye, most people think of like their cast strength rye, which is probably the best thing since sliced bread. Now that rye whiskey is flat out amazing. Not that this is going to live in that same category, but I think probably most people are wondering, can this be a great daily sipper? We shall see. We shall see. All right, let me dive into this first. I'm going to dive into the bonded first real quick, kind of go back. But I'm going to talk about the rye whiskey. So from a price standpoint, the rye whiskey, this one, I think MSRP is like $32, about the same price point as the other ones as well. It's $32. I paid $35 for it here in Delaware, so a couple of dollars more, but not that much more, right? Really not that much more. The mash bill on the rye, 70% rye, 18% corn, and 12% malted barley. Whew. That is nice and clean though on the palate. Again, not the best experience in the world, but not the worst. Not bad at all. So again, the mash bill on the rye, 70% rye, 18% corn, 12% malted barley. Similar to the other bottles, it comes in the 700 milliliter bottle. So the smaller bottle, but at the end of the day, a $32, $35 bottle. Not bad from a price standpoint from that perspective. And then last but not least, availability. This just is hitting shelves. This is truly a brand new release that's, again, it's a permanent release, part of this whole Bonded series, but it's just hitting shelves in the month of September. So it's brand spanking new. Let's try this triple mash. See how this bad boy is real quick. little bit sweeter than that one. Pretty decent. All right. I am ready to now dive in to the bonded rye. Woo! Can't wait. So what am I expecting for this one? I'm expecting a couple of things. I'm hoping that, you know, it's hard to put it obviously in the category of the cask strength rye. Can't do that off the bat, right? It's not going to be 128 proof. It's a bottled and bond rye, so it's aged at least 4 years, maybe a little bit longer, but at least 4 years. It's 100 proof. But I can't, in my mind, I can't put it in that cask strength world. Just because we all love the cask strength rye from Jack Daniel's, we can't put it in that category. We have to kind of know that hopefully this will be a really good daily sipper, great for the value, for the dollar, and it's also one that we can definitely enjoy with friends, and maybe even once in a while even use it as a mix, in a mixed drink as well. All right, we shall see. All right, brand new bottle. We haven't had a lot of these brand new releases in 2023, so I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed. I got my toes crossed. I have it all, folks. You have no idea. Oh, man. Let's see. What do we got here? So on the nose, the nose does remind me of a milder version of the cask strength rye. Very mint forward, but then at the same time, very sweet. Because of the whole charcoal, well, not sweet, I'm sorry, spicy rather, because of the whole charcoal filtration. So it's minty, the charcoal notes, like the pepper from the charcoal filtration process, the whole Lincoln County process it goes through. But it also has like that sweet smokiness as well. Because it does have that 18% corn in there. So you do get a good bit of like caramel kind of a notes in there as well. So it's minty, spicy, peppery. Nice on the nose, though. A little bit of a caramel. Almost like a honey kind of a note in the background, too. The nose is not bad. I will say that. I'm actually, for a nose standpoint, for a bonded whiskey, bottled and bond rye whiskey, at $35, I'm actually impressed with the nose so far. Oh, all right. Hey, real quick. 3 quick, easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts just on the bonded series in general, and whether or not if you plan on picking up this new bottled and bond rye whiskey from Jack Daniel's. And last but not least, please make sure you also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get a notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. $32, $35 bottle, brand new release, coming from Jack Daniel's, who's just really changing up in the last couple of years. They've really stepped it up big time. We shall see. All right. Cheers, everybody. Much love and respect. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. I think I need a little bit more. A smidge more. Wait, hold on. Ah, interesting. I didn't get that in the nose. I just got it in the palate, though. So, you might be wondering, what's different about the nose and the palate, what I just mentioned? In the palate, I had everything that was in the nose. The spiciness, like the mint note, the spicy kind of pepper note, the caramel. What came through in the palate that I did not get in the nose, though, which was interesting, was a note of like an apple kind of a note, almost like a golden apple kind of a note. That was very interesting. Let me get a little bit more. Wow. All right. So, finish wise, at 100 proof, it goes down nice and just kind of just glides along the palate. Honestly, it just kind of glides. Not super powerful, but definitely bold and rich, even at 100 proof. So the question might be, Judge, is this worth a buy? Is it leave it on the shelf? What should I do? Or is it a do not buy? This is actually a buy. I'm impressed. I really am. And I'm going to say, you heard it here first. It's way better than these two. Way better. Jack Daniel's obviously knows what it's doing. especially for their rye whiskey. I mean, their cask strength Tennessee whiskey itself is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but their rye whiskey, cask strength, or even this, actually excellent. And for $32, $35 in most places, this is a hell of a buy. In my opinion, this is the best of the bonded series by far. If you're gonna buy one, absolutely buy this one. I don't think you should even, honestly, personally, even throw it like in the mixing. I guess you could if you wanted to mix with it, but I think it's actually great, especially like on a nice warm summer day. I know we're right in the early fall. It's still pretty hot out. This is one that you can easily sip and definitely enjoy, especially for $35. Tons of great quality in a $35 Tennessee whiskey, rye whiskey. This bad boy stands up to the judge's chambers. Cheers, everybody. Take care. That is damn good. Peace.